It's another race weekend in Formula 1 with the Miami Grand Prix coming up, and raise your hand if you are excited. What? Nobody? Really? Well, who could have guessed that a track where it's only possible to overtake on the straight would be a boring watch? Imagine the highlight of a Grand Prix weekend being the amount of times the broadcasters have to mention the Hard Rock Stadium or the fake marina. Nothing to do with the actual racing. And don't even get me started on the celebrities and influencers on track, the arrogance and fake interest of these people with the combined academic achievement of a 5th grader giving their opinions on the racing without knowing the drivers or the teams or the cars. Just Liberty Media catering to social media clicks over providing an actual good product. I bet my left testicle that over half of them showed up to the race because their agents told them to. The other half probably think it's a parade for celebrities. Also, try not to die from the cringe when they introduce the drivers. Like, why? I understand it's the culture in the United States, but still it's unnecessary. All I'm missing right now is a couple of cheerleaders on the end of the straight yelling defense, do. Defense. Anyways, let's get the rage out of the way. The track is actually divided into 3 parts: decent, abomination, and boring. The entire track has very low grip, and that makes it difficult to drive, especially if you can't get your tires working from the start. First sector brings you this twisty corner combination that actually looks kind of fun and challenging to the driver. If you miss one corner, you will miss the rest of them. But while that is good for qualifying, it's not very good for racing, because there's only one racing line. Since the other drivers can't run alongside you and put pressure on you, you are not in any risk of being overtaken, which means you can save your battery and defend on the straights. Then you have sector 2, which starts off with a massive straight that gives you DRS access for nearly half of it. The track layout suggests there are corners here, but these are Formula 1 cars. The entire section is flat out. The braking point leads into a hairpin that then leads into the worst designed set of corners in Formula 1 right now. The idea that a F1 car, the fastest race car, has to be this slow at any part of the race is astonishingly bad design. How are drivers meant to overtake here? The pit lane provides faster speeds and better overtaking spots than this shit. Even Monaco, for all its flaws, has plenty of spaces where 2 cars could run side by side with each other and challenge each other. It's just very risky and drivers are really good at defending, but Miami's Sector 2 is just a disgrace to racing, any form of racing. Sector 3 is just another standard Formula 1 sector these days. Massive long DRS straight with a hard braking zone to end the lap off. And given how all the teams have very different DRS gains, you could have a team like Haas set up their car to just give them enough downforce to survive Sector 1 in the twisty section and just low enough downforce to never be challenged on the straights by the slower teams, creating a massive DRS strain behind them where nobody can overtake. Overall, it's just a very boring race to watch. It lacks character, it lacks identity. If I close my eyes, I can imagine the joy of driving a hot lap around Sao Paulo or Spa or Suzuka. Those tracks have character. I can see why drivers enjoy them. I can't see any joy in this track. So why is Formula 1 actually here? Don't give me the bullshit that you need to expand Formula 1 into the United States. That's a given. I'm fine with that, and I personally want more races in more parts of the world, not just in Europe. But why are we literally here in Miami on a street circuit designed by someone who's got to have some sort of raging cocaine addiction? They are so sped up on drugs that they designed a slow sector just to be able to see the cars in between the tweaking. Why can't we travel to Wisconsin and the Road America track, upgrade that to be Formula 1 grade and see some beautiful racing? For those that don't know, Road America is a very fast track with the landscape of Spa, Monza and Imola combined. Very fast corners on the track, and it's really a driver's circuit. Slap a couple of Tech Pro barriers around the place, some catch fencing, give it 1 or 2 DRS zones and fix the curbs, and you would basically be good to go. Instead, we have to suffer through this political shitshow of a race while broadcasters have to pretend it's a good race for us sitting at home. The glitz and the glamour is a term they will use at least 400 times this weekend, which means fuck all if the racing is shit. I'm watching to see the cars teams and drivers compete, not the celebrities and their chihuahuas. America is more than just celebrities, party city hotspots and sports teams. There are a lot of beautiful landscapes that you could build good racing tracks around. Why do I, a Swedish person in Europe, need to tell American Liberty Media, who owns Formula 1, to better represent their own country with better races? It makes no sense. Before I go and suffer a stroke, I will leave you with this hot lap of Road America with a modern day F1 car. See for yourself what you're missing out on. Tell me this track has less character than the Miami Grand Prix. Enjoy the hot lap and thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.